Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda and Dr. Dave with Nature's Divas. Good morning, Dr. Dave. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Doing well, thank you.
Uh,
How are you?
I'm good. Excited to start another week of lots of miracles and good things happening. So let's see what the divas have to say today. So happy Memorial
Yay.
Day if you are in the US,
Mhm.
and
And happy
hopefully,
belated. Is that, I don't know if that's the right word, but you just had Victoria Day
yes,
last week.
last week, yes. And it seems our weather was a lot nicer than yours is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have to get the parkas out today.
Yeah. Our first card is Sandalwood. Love
Mm,
Sandalwood.
me too.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
we got things falling all over the place. Second
it's a
one is,
party.
yeah, Copaiba. Third is lemon. And then one
Bonus.
extra, Melissa. So we'll just put
Holy
that to
cow.
the side. Yes. All
Quite an ending
right.
to that.
All right, so our first one being Sandalwood, these are the resources that we currently have. So let's take a look and see. Breathe in deep. Inhale my earthly scent. Exhale any stress, negativity, or tension. Breathe. I'm Sandalwood and I bring a sense of calm and peacefulness. So, some of us may not feel it at times with anxiety and stress and everything else. However, we do have the resource and we do have the choice to feel calm and peaceful at any moment of the day, 24/7. We have the choice to feel that way. So, using sandalwood, using the essential oils, because they're not just decorative things to sit on a shelf, when you use these oils, they will help bring that into your body. So even just breathing in, I just felt like this, your shoulders release. They come away from your ears because they're not supposed to be up here as earrings. You're supposed to be relaxed and feeling good and not in fight or flight constantly because that doesn't help the body heal. So when you're calm, you can address situations and challenges more than just reacting to them and having a reactive life, which is, and I've seen a lot of people, it's like they're waiting for something to happen and then they react. They don't live their life purposefully. It's okay. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, when it's going to drop, and then I can react to it. But it's not really a good way to live because you're always in that geared up state that something's going to happen and it's not good. So when you bring this sense of calm and peacefulness into your life, you're able to breathe, you're able to observe, and you're able to choose what you want to do instead of reacting to everybody else's drama. You have a life to live. You're not here to react to everybody else's nonsense. You're here to choose what you want to do 24/7. So when you have that sense of calm and peacefulness, it also sends that vibration out to anyone in your immediate circle too. So if you have an environment that you're in that's constantly chaotic, bringing in that peace and calming will help settle everybody in the vicinity. Just like if somebody's very excited, you take on that vibration. So the calm and peaceful is another vibration that you can exude to help other people be calm and peaceful. Dr. Dave.
I, you know, it's funny that there wasn't a lot of um sometimes some of the oils have a ton of writing. There's a ton of everything, explaining it all. And the simplicity of what sandalwood was or is in within the cards is really how to remember it because it's very simple. It is just simple. And breathe. Simply breathe. Because that absolutely, and we've talked about this quite a bit, it always bears repeating though. Taking a breath in any situation that we're in so that you can make the choice. And I love that you use the word choice. It's our choice to be able to respond or react. Which do you choose? And I can promise you almost always, if you're responding, it's going to be far greater alignment to your true purpose and your own integrity than if you're just reacting, because you do not get the full scope of what it is that you really want to be, do, and experience. So reacting is only out of a human capacity, where responding is the full essence of who we are. Sandalwood, there's a few different variations of it. In the company that I use for oils, we have two different ones. There's Hawaiian sandalwood, and the other comes from India. One is very earthy. It is like dirt earthy. So I have to say, I still like it, but it's one of those, like, I really want to get to some of the core is of me as fast as possible, and that's the one that reminds me to be able to get into that space. The Hawaiian sandalwood, I just almost always smile. As soon as I smell it, it's because it's more of a sweeter, and a comforting grounding, I guess you would say. Not that the other one isn't. It's more of a, I'm here to do business. I want to get into that alignment of where I know that I should be and where I would like to be. Where the Hawaiian sandalwood is much more about getting into the, I can't wait to experience this. I like being in this space. So remembering just the simplicity of a breath allows us to make a choice and allows us to choose whether we're going to react or respond. Okay, that's done. That's it. That's all we need to do today. Just do that, please.
Exactly. And to remember, we get to. We have the
Hmm.
choice. And when you change your perspective to say, I get to do this, things change. Even if it's something, if your current job isn't what you really, really want, you get to go to work and make money. You get to do this. You get to choose all these sorts of things. And if you don't like your current situation, you get to change it. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So
Right.
when you start to think about, I get to do this, even with housework, I get to, clean because I have a beautiful home. I have a roof over my head. So when you start being grateful for even I wouldn't say menial tasks, but the tasks that need to be done, the chores, whatever, when you get to say, I get to, it changes the vibration of it. And then you become grateful for everything you have, and you become aware of all the wonderful things you currently have and send that vibration out to receive more. So it's a really good, instead of, oh, I have to do this, I gotta go to work, I'm the Dunkin' Donut man, I gotta go to work. No, you don't have to, you get to. You get
Yes.
to choose. So to keep that in mind and maybe start shifting your words, because words are very, very powerful. Okay,
They
so
are
the second
scripting your
one,
reality.
they are. Second one is Copaiba, and that one is things that we need to release. So let's see what we're releasing today. Soft and gentle as me, Copaiba. I help you slow down and look around. What do you see? Breathe. Take in all that is around you. Notice and acknowledge the little things. Our days can be taken over by busyness, and before we know it, another day has passed. With all this doing and lists, there doesn't seem to be any time for stepping outside and just being. Commit to yourself to take a few moments each day to be. Okay, so how many people are just busy, not doing anything? It's not moving you towards your goals. You're just running around being busy. And a lot of it is because the different steps in your goals are too scary for you to do. So then you find other things to do. And I've spoken about this because I've done it. I've had things on my goals that I want to do, and oh, I want to do Facebook Lives, and I'm like, nope, don't want to do that. So I think my closets need cleaning today. I think I need to do a huge spring clean and rearrange furniture. None of that got me any closer to my goal. It just kept me busy doing things that don't need to be done. So if you find yourself being busy but not getting anywhere, like a hamster on a wheel, then maybe take a step off, kind of look at what's going on, and remember that the only fear is what your ego is creating for you. It wants to keep you safe. It doesn't like to change. And with that, you don't get to grow. So if you have these really awesome goals, which I hope you do, and if you don't, well, we're going to be having a goal setting workshop soon. Because, once you manifest your goals, you're going to want to do new goals because it's like, holy crap, that was cool. I manifested that. Let's make another one. So when you have these really cool goals, there's a lot of things that are outside your comfort zone. That's how you grow. That's how you transform. It's just like a caterpillar thinks it's going to die. However, it goes into this cocoon and becomes this beautiful butterfly. It didn't know that was going to happen. And it's just like your goals. It's like, well, I really don't want to do this. No, your ego wants to keep you safe and just right where you are. But you want to expand. So feel the fear and do it anyways. Just put your big girl panties on and just rock it. Because when you do it, it's not that scary. Afterwards, you're going to be like, what was all that about? Because it wasn't that bad after all. And you'll notice that people are very gracious if it happens to be speaking in public or, different things like that. You are trying something new. That's really cool. And people are pretty much like, holy crap, look at her go, or look at him go. Like, that's so exciting. It's not going to be what you think it's going to be. So releasing those fears, releasing the fear of transformation, and just be the light that you are. And if that means, going and speaking to somebody, if you're led to do that, then go do it. Because the angels and your spirit guides are like, just go do this. We're giving you the steps to move forward. Just go do this. And you'll find that step by step pretty soon it'll be like, I can do this, no problem. But the first thing is you need to step forward. And using Copaiba, using these oils helps give you that, helps you release the fear, helps you release all that nonsense in your head, and helps you to be and be that beacon of light that you are. Dr. Dave?
Beautifully well said, well done. uh, so some folks know this oil by Copaiba or Copaiba, whatever, whatever you call it, just use the damn thing. If for me, when Copaiba comes up, it is one of the first things because of I guess the medical aspect of the work that I get to do is it's about inflammation, bringing down inflammation. It's soothing any of the chaos that's happening within our life, within the body. So bringing down the inflammation is so critically important because we know that when there's inflammation, no healing is happening. One of the things that really came through strong while you were describing Copaiba, see, I'm going to try to do both of them. Copaiba was just chill out. It's the chill out oil. like in what's the first thing that we do when we tell somebody to chill out? The first thing we're going to instruct them is just breathe. Hey, you might have heard that already.
Mm, I've heard
So
that.
it's one of those, be able to breathe and just to see what is actually happening, not the story we're telling ourselves. That's critically important. Is this actually a truth, or is this something that in my head I'm making up? Is it a story that someone else is making up? Is that a truth, or is it their perception? Is it, they've continued on all of these different stories? Because if we don't have an answer, the human brain will make up one. So looking at and chilling out, taking that breath allows us the moment so that we can really get to the clarity and actually see what's happening, not what we think is happening. Those usually are completely different. Copaiba allows us to get rid of that inflammation, the chaos, because to me, those are synonyms when it comes to the body. So inflammation is chaos, and no healing happens, and no the functionality of whatever it is in the body, whether it's a system, whether it's a muscle, a nerve, when there's inflammation, it's not able to act the way that it's supposed to and execute whatever action that it's supposed to. So when we allow it to chill out and we do that breath, or we allow it the moment, whether it's like I said, any of those body systems, then it can come back to being its full 100% self, so that it can do and be and have the action that it's supposed to do. Now go out bigger picture as a whole, as us as human, if we chill out, then we're actually, again, coming back to, we're going to respond instead of reacting. Might have picked up a theme here. I can almost guarantee I know what the what if is going to be later on. So stay tuned. um, and by the way, just a personal note, Brenda, I have a new what if that I have to share with you.
Ooh, very exciting.
um, Copaiba, for a lot of folks, this is one that, and this is a little controversial globally. Copaiba works on the endocannabinoid system. And so what that actually just translate in real words is it's working on part of our inflammation system. It's an I can't use that word. Um, Alternative to working with CBD oil.
Mm,
It's relatively similar, very, very similar, but the action and the causation of how Copaiba works within the body is different than the CBD oil. So any of the folks that are not able to use CBD for whatever reason that might be, this is the oil that you want to get really familiar with, because it it is game changing, I promise you. So whether you're taking it in a capsule form, whether you're, putting a drop under the tongue, or smelling it, um, this is probably one of the only oils that I can tolerate. Just like put it straight out of the bottle, under my tongue. And it to me, if I'm doing that, I need to chill out. I already know that I should just put that on the bottle. And it's not a sedative. It's just it's a calming, and it allows you to take that breath. It's almost like a liquid breath. Huh, there we go. That's
mm,
fun.
mm.
Hmm, haven't heard that before. I like it.
I do. Hmm.
Liquid breath. Ah, hold on, man. There's some more writing to happen about that. Um, I can tell you that for me, going through some of the health challenges that I had, Copaiba it really was a game changer and a lifesaver. Because I actually wasn't responding to any of the CBD oils and the many variations that I was getting presented with. I wasn't getting any change that I was looking for, not even close. Copaiba, just the oil itself, I still wasn't feeling a lot until the company that we have, they actually put it into a gel cap. The moment that they released that was I then got to have the wonderful benefits that everybody was talking about of what everyone else was experiencing with Copaiba. Um, Whatever it is, it's that delivery system of just how I needed it to work for me. So please, if you haven't given yourself the opportunity to be able to experience Copaiba, please do that. It is remarkable. And the studies are just beginning because of how impactful it can be on restoring our whole system and bringing so much of the inflammation and bringing things back into a balance for us. So please give yourself that gift to experience Copaiba. Copaiba. I can't do that without seeing like in my head Bugs Bunny and the Mexican little mouse. Um
Speedy,
uh,
Speedy
Speedy
Gonzales.
Gonzalez. Yes. I swear
Andale,
that's what he was
andale.
saying. YouTube that, folks, if you have no idea what we're talking about.
Mhm. Yep, that was awesome.
Every time I hear that, that's it's an image in my head.
Oh, really? Oh, that's too funny. So our
It
last
sounds like
one is lemon, and this is how everything's going to manifest out. Good day. I'm Lemon, and I help you get out. Let me rephrase that again, because my mouth can't speak right now. So good day. I'm Lemon, and I help get you up and moving in the morning. Do you seem to be going through a rough patch in your life? You dream of bigger things, but just not sure how to move forward. Well, look no further. I can help cleanse your spirit and mind, releasing old patterns which give clarity of thought and purpose. Well, this is a nice one to end with.
Mhm.
So when we think of lemon, lemon is a very fresh scent. We use it in a lot of cleaning. It just makes everything feel fresh. It's a nice citrus smell. And when we surrender and be, like the Copaiba suggested, and we surrender, it's not giving up. It's releasing to a higher power than us that knows the timing, because our time and universal time are two different things. And when it's ready, it will come.
Mm.
And the thing is, when you surrender, you let it go. So you have done the work of, okay, this is what I want. You've given your, um, you've stated what you want and your goal. Now, how it happens is not up to you. The universe does that. We don't know the how, because the how is so much bigger than we could ever imagine and contemplate in our brains, because the universe has such a big plan for us that we have no idea. So when we surrender and let it go, we're like, okay, I've wished for this. Now I'm just going to let it be. It's just like if you imagine a child. Well, are we there yet? Are we done yet? Can I have this yet? Can I have it now? Can I have it now? Can I have it now? It's it gets a little irritating and a little stressful. But when the child is like, "Hey, I'd like ice cream," and you know on your travels eventually you're going to have ice cream, it'll happen when it happens. It's not going to happen right then, but with that incessant asking, it's just like, oh my goodness, and and the child is irritated now because it's not happening right this minute. But if the child had that wisdom to let it go and go, okay, well, I've asked for ice cream and it's coming, things go a lot smoother than asking every 2 seconds. It's just like planting a seed and then digging it up 2 seconds later, going, well, why aren't you growing yet? You gotta let it go and you gotta trust. So it's a big thing in trust, letting things go to manifest in their own time, because it's going to be so much greater than we ever dreamed of. but we need to have that surrender part. That is, and sometimes that can be the most difficult part because you want to hold on tight to it, going, but this is what I really want. Yes, well, you got to let it go. You got to let it go to the universe. And so, what happens when you let it go? Your hands open up in order for you to receive. Dr. Dave?
You know, lemon is there's so many things that we can use lemon for. Um, and if you take all the different ways that you would normally have lemon that you would use it within your life. So, or when you smell it. So, like you had mentioned, a lot of our cleaning products are that way. Um, restoring, we can use lemon for restoring finishes of, the luster of things. Even I actually saw it the other day on TV of using lemon on the grill, putting a fork in it and a half a lemon, and that's how you clean your grill. And then you got,
Ooh.
you know, um, that nice acid that's going to help clean it all, and it's natural. Um, all of the things that you can list that where you would smell lemon normally or where you use it, those are metaphors for our life as well. So, are you doing your spring cleaning? Probably, a lot of us are, in this part of the world. And if so, are you doing that spring cleaning within your soul, within your day, within your life, within your room, within your house, within your car? Need I go on? But that spring cleaning does need to happen as well because we just came out of the long winter months of gray and that hunkering down, and lemon invites us to embrace spring. And when we're going into spring, it is that lighter feel of everything and getting us to clean everything out so that we're breathing cleaner. We're feeling much more alive again because we're waking up into coming into summer super fast. Well, here it's unofficially summer for this weekend. Um, even just smelling the lemon oil in the bottle is going to boost your immune system because it is a antidepressant. Any citrus is antidepressant. So it's uplifting. At minimum, if you just smelled it, you know that it's going to lighten everything. So just take that opportunity, just especially in the morning, or whenever you're starting your day. Let's do that. Whenever you're starting your day, bringing in or just smelling the lemon is going to allow you to lift your spirit, lift where you're sensing the rest of the world, your day, your what's about to happen for your day, and re-up it if you need to throughout the day. It's such an easy tool that we can use and we have access to. Almost everybody can get to some lemon, whether it's the real lemon itself, or it's the oil. Either way, same thing. Please use it. Doesn't work in the bottle.
This is true. And now our last one, our extra bonus one is Melissa. All right. Hi, I'm Melissa. Even though I'm a textured plant, don't let that fool you. I bring out the gentleness and softness in oneself. As you look at my veins running up the stem out to the reaches of each and every leaf, know that I bring nourishment to feed and sustain. My veins are thick and strong. Nothing can block me from bringing up the nutrients. I also help with pushing through and removing those energy blockages, bringing support and balance to you. So this is just that extra oomph that ties all this together to go if you need some extra help, I'm here to help you put it all together. So when we think of all these wonderful oils, even using one of them is better than using none at all. And if you don't have the oils, reach out to one of us. We can help you, give you some options for that. And then just using the cards, if you just don't have the means right now to get the oils, that's fine too. But just envision that sandalwood, just envision that vibration, which will help do the same thing. And just bring in that calm and peacefulness, because yes, our days do get hectic. We're running around and we're on that hamster wheel. Just take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to step out into the sunshine and breathe, or hug a tree, or just, look at a plant for a few minutes and just reconnect with yourself. And then just be that light that you are. Take that time to create those goals, to share with the world all the wonderful things that you are, because that's what you're here to do. And then lemon, just let it shine and surrender. Once you've got that goal and you know what it is and you've got that picture and you can feel it, just let it go, surrender it, and go, okay, in your time, not mine, because there's so many things that have to happen in the background in order for that to manifest into now. And then Melissa's like, hey, if you need some extra support or you need balance in your life, use me too. So it just, all the oils will help. Even if you just have one oil, just breathe that every day. Because even doing that is going to shift your life in ways that you cannot even imagine. Dr. Dave?
Um, it's hilarious to me that that is the bonus oil because it's the extra. I'm like, are you kidding? Of course. And here's a technical question for you,
Hmm.
the creator of the wonderful oil cards. So we know the three positions that we have, um, and they represent, the resources we have and what's in front of you and that kind of thing. So what happens for that bonus one? What would you say, Miss Author, would be what that last one would be?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say that is more like the cherry on the top. It's like, okay, we've got these three different components. They all work really well together, but to bring in that balance and to bring in that, just that extra cherry that sits on the top that brings everything together, that's what that would be.
Well, and for folks that might not understand where we're going with this, can you explain the positions, please?
Sure. So the first card is always things that we have. So we want to remember the things that we already have within our possession. So that's really important, even in everyday life, to be grateful for the things that we currently have. So that's why I started out with that, to go, hey, remember, these are things you already have. You have every day, every second of every day. So these are the things to be reminded of, because sometimes we forget. We get in the doom and gloom or just like overwhelm, and it's like, hey, hold on a minute. You got a lot of resources here that maybe you've forgotten about. And then the second one is things that we need to release, because as we move through life, as we transform our life and make our choices, there's things that from our past, and that's all the beliefs and thoughts and things that we have grown up with, whether they were they are who we are or not. We have taken those on as little children since we were born, and a lot of them don't serve us. So as we move through our goals and things come up, and those things are there to be removed because they're no longer part of who we are. And then the third one is how this is going to manifest, how this is going to play out in our life. And then having that extra, it's like an extra support. The fourth one, it's like, okay, So you've got, this is how it's going to manifest. But if you're still kind of like, well, I don't know about this, hey, here's some extra support to just kind of lock everything else in there. That yes, this is what's going to be happening. These are the things that if you move through these different things, then you're able to move forward. But here's some extra support to help you do that.
Fantastic. Thank you for that.
You're
That's
welcome.
I think we probably should remind folks go over that a little bit more to as they're using the cards, because I mean, really that's the whole goal, is that we want folks to be able to purchase these so that they have the opportunity to be able to do this and not have to wait for every Monday for us to pull cards. I mean, the idea is for you to have an additional tool to help you learn how the universe is walking things through and keeping you in alignment with your journey, and then reminding us of the tools that we have, and the things that we need to take a look at, just like you said, the things that we might have forgotten. A lot of times it's when we're in the middle of something or the middle of a chaos, some of the most basic things just slip us by because it's just too simple kind of thing, so it doesn't even get, red flagged at all, like, "Oh, duh," you know? To me, that's what that card is. It reminds me like, "Oh, right, I knew that." But it's a wonderful place sometimes to get that reminder. So, um, speaking of cards, where can everybody find your cards? So they if
Um,
I can't
I'm
believe they wouldn't already, but they
yes.
should already have them. But where could they get them?
The best thing to do right now is to reach out to me because my website is going up on a whole new platform, and I'm not sure if all the different things are quite yet set up. So you can reach out to me at Brenda at essenceofyou.ca, and we can definitely get those out to you. So just something to note as well, what I read in the morning is just the top part here, because that is the message from the Devas, and that's what this is all about, conversations with the Devas. But the middle part is either an exercise or a meditation or both to help you journal. It gives you some journal prompts, it gives you some things to think about. And then at the bottom, each one of them has an affirmation as well, so that you can take throughout the day and just see how your day progresses, thinking about that affirmation, which is really cool. And it's just a really good way to start your day in a more positive way.
Mhm. Love that. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
and it's so important to be able to have access to the things that reconnect us to our highest self, and these do that so beautifully, um, by connecting us into the oils that's already around us in nature. So it's helping us with through that lens of things that are tangible, um, that we can utilize right now, within the oils. But this is even if you don't have the oils themselves in front of you, if you do have an oil, by all means use it. However, you can just bring in or have a sense of that energy of the oil because they're all frequency. So we can still summon the power and the frequency and the energy of that oil, even if you don't have it. Most of them at some point you've probably already experienced, smelled, taste, and so then it's that cell memory can tap back in, but we have the all as one, so it's still in your DNA already. So it's there, just have to turn the switch on, illuminate it so that it can shed that light for the next steps and where it's going. So I think that is a wonderful place for us to pause for the next exciting chapter of What If?
Well, thank you for being part of this today, Dr. Dave. It's always fun to
Mm,
start my Monday morning with my very good friend, Dr. Dave. So, and we always have lots of fun. And it's all about learning and expanding our awareness of what's right in front of us. So, and the possibilities. So that's what we're going to be talking about next. So, come back because we will be talking about what if. and all the different possibilities that are out there, because there are lots and lots. So, any last words, Dr. Dave?
I just wanted to do a quick translation for the Americans. She said about. About.
About.
No, that's it. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to get to share so much fun in these amazing tools that we have. I love, love, love these cards, and I do use them all the time, especially when I need to cut through my crap. So just give me an oil. What am I supposed to be looking at? And they're really quick to be able to show me exactly where I need to focus. So seriously, thank you so much for bringing this forward for all of us. I appreciate you and I appreciate them. So thank you.
Thank you. And wherever you are in the world, please let us know how this resonated with you and where you're watching from, because we always like to see where everybody is watching from in the world. So thank you so much and have a wonderful week, and stay tuned to come back for our what if, and we'll see you soon.